Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Capricorn in mid-December 2020. What's going on, Capricorn? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well, all right? Welcome to mid-December, guys. Happy birthday, Capricorn. We are just about ready to just glide on into your season. So Capricorn, whether you're celebrating here at the end of December or later in January, I was almost saying July, Jesus. No matter when your special day is, Capricorn, I hope it is an amazing day. If you're able to celebrate with people that you know and love, please enjoy yourself, but also take precautions, all right? 2020 is wrapping up, but all the crap that came along with it certainly is not. So please, again, take care of yourselves and those that you know and love. And in no matter what, I'm hoping that you and anyone, why can't I talk? I'm hoping that you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure at this time, Capricorn. Tongue-tied for some reason in your energy, so maybe that applies for some of you. Anyway, guys, it is the holiday season, so again, happy birthday for those that have a birthday that falls on a holiday, but also Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice, whatever you celebrate, whatever your traditions are. I hope you have a great day and a great time with people that you know and love. Again, take those precautions, you know. I'm just saying, all right. Capricorn, any other announcements? Yes, specifically for you guys. I will be doing your birthday reading very soon. It'll be released on the first day of Capricorn season, which is December 22nd. So you have that to look out for. That's your birthday reading. And then I will be going live for you guys specifically later in January on Jatter Day. Oh my God, that's January and Saturday put together, Jatter Day. January, Saturday, oh my God. January 9th, which is a Saturday. I cannot talk. I don't know what this is about. So if you're able to stop by and you have something that you want me to answer for you via one of the tarot decks that I have, feel free to stop by. That's the way that I celebrate each individual sign once per month at least, or once per year, I should say. So you have that to look forward to, and all that stuff will be found in your playlist for Capricorn 2020. Well, actually, your birthday reading will fall into Capricorn 2021, so be on the lookout for that playlist when I make it, okay? All right, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get into it. Capricorn, anything you want from me, it's in the description box down below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I've given you a link. It's, guess what, in the description box, so feel free to click it and follow me over there if you choose, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this. I'm looking for messages for Capricorn in mid-December 2020. Messages for Capricorn in mid-December 2020. Please show me. I'm like stopping here immediately. Why? They want this bottom card. Okay. Cool. That doesn't usually happen. Knight of Cups also. Any further messages for Capricorn in mid-December 2020? Is this coming or no? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Very short. And I usually don't pull cards like that, but, you know, nothing is static in life. So if I'm told to do it, I'm going to do it. Tower, Knight of Cups. Haha, that came out in the pre-shuffle. Justice. Okay. And I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm just laughing at that card was showing itself before I cut the camera on. So Tower, secondary major for Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Any of those signs, but you don't have to be. And the Justice card, major arcana for Libra. Guess what? You could be dealing with one, but you don't have to be. It is a general, okay? So Capricorn, it really feels like someone's being like kicked out of a happy home with this Tower energy. Not for everybody, of course, but like that's the feeling. I feel like an ejection, kicked out, evicted, I guess is another word, and that's, oh wow. Okay, so today's like a huge snowstorm where I live, and like that snow is really coming down, it sounds like. Anyway, but evicted, and that unfortunately is what a lot of people are facing. Again, 2020 has been doing its thing. You know, giving no shits about anybody's circumstances, whether that, it's a terrible situation if you're facing that. And that's what this feels like. It feels like someone is being removed from some place that they felt was, theirs, the home that they called their home, the job that they thought was theirs, and they thought it was secure. In some cases, a relationship. It's going to apply to all of you differently. But here's the tricky part with the Tower is that it comes into our lives and it removes things that are no longer necessary or no longer serving us. It's no longer conducive to what we need to do on an individual basis going forward. Now that is going to sound harsh for people that have been kicked out, especially around the birthday season for you guys, Capricorn, if you're experiencing that, or even the holiday season if you're experiencing that, or whoever. It's just not nice, right? And again, the strange workings of the tarot, and specifically the Tower card, is that it happens for a reason, for a bigger purpose that in the current present moment, you or someone else absolutely more than likely, I should say, is not really going to be able to appreciate. And I can attest to Tower moments being shitty in the moment, but when you're able to get some distance from it, and retrospect is 2020 and all that good stuff, it's like, oh, I see exactly why that had to happen that way, okay? It doesn't make it any easier in the present moment, but that is kind of what they want me to tell you, or what you need to keep in perspective if you're dealing with someone who's going through something like this. Not to say it's deserved, not to say someone's being punished or they're receiving some type of comeuppance and like, oh, that's what you get. It's like, it's not payback or anything like that. It's for the betterment of everyone involved and the long-term journey, the long-term path. This is what has to happen. And again, I don't think many of you in this energy will be appreciating that. Or some of you recently have experienced this and you're starting to come around to it. And you're still kind of like, I don't know, that was really a raw deal what I went through, or that was a really shitty thing that happened to my friend or my mother or whoever. It doesn't have to be you experiencing this. Again, it's a general. It can go in so many different ways. And so even if you've got some time away from it, because that is, you're all on different timelines. So for some of you, this moment has passed. And even in retrospect, you're still not fully getting or able to see it that way. There's still a little bit of bitterness, or there's still little sour apples here, and that's, again, understandable. Because even for me, my personal, one of my latest Tower moments, at least the most recent one, that was back in 2016. That was 4 years ago. I still can look back at that exact moment and the days after and feel really shitty about it. Even though I'm in a much better place, I'm so much happier than I was in 2016. This version of me is the better version of me. And I was put on this path to become this better version through that Tower moment. I appreciate it, but can I look back and still say that was kind of shitty? I really didn't like the way that happened. Absolutely. So I don't want you to take it as me trying to tell you to get over yourself, or, let it go in some type of way, or let it go as if it's like, to not have some emotional attachment there, or some type of emotional visceral reaction to whatever the Tower moment is. Okay, I get it. All right. So this is happening. It has happened. For some of you, it's still upcoming. But regardless, I'm seeing it's multiple people. So it's not just you who is affected. You might be a secondary player in the story. So there, again, it might be someone that you're witnessing. This is happening to them and you're just kind of on the sidelines, or you're there to, help them get up off the ground after things are decimated in their life. Fine. It's like, it's telling me two times with the Tower card, or two times because of the Tower card and the Justice card, that this is destined. This is meant to be. Whatever the fallout is, whatever the circumstances are. And I hate to say it in this way, but they're forcing me to say it in this way. No matter how cruel you or someone else feels it is, that's part of it's part of the plan. It's part of the path. And I'm not trying to minimize any type of pain. I'm not trying to make a mockery of what you've gone through. Not at all. But the energy from the cards and what my guides are giving me is like, this will help someone become stronger. This is going to help someone become more independent. This is going to help someone finally, in some cases, face their demons, face their problems, face adversity. There's something here where it feels like a kick in the teeth, and I'm not going to say it's not. But after you go get your teeth fixed, get some dentures put in, all right, you're going to go forward in your life and you're going to become a better version of yourself, or whoever is in the center of this story, okay? That came twice, again, from the Tower card and the Justice card. Some of you, it's a legal situation that you're involved in, or that's at the center of the story. If, again, you could just be watching someone go through this, or, you know, again, you're there to support them in their, you know, their life is being destroyed in some form or fashion, okay? So yeah, there's a chance that this is going to court, or it's wrapped up in some type of investigation, like a police investigation, or like a tribunal. And I'm not really sure how that would factor in, but they want me to say tribunal. So if that means something to you, ta-da. But like I don't think you would call it a tribunal, but I feel like some of you, like a panel, like a review board. There you go. Like, so for some of you, this could be involving your work, or something involving your professional life, where you're not going before an actual judge, but you're going in front of a panel of people, a board of people, a gathering of your peers, and you're being judged, or someone is being judged by their peers based on previous behaviors or previous actions, something like that. And whatever the outcome, positive or negative, that's the way it's supposed to go. And positive and negative, those are subjective things. So, you know, it's open to you how you choose to perceive what's happening here. I'm not saying it is good or bad because I have no idea what the details are, right? But it feels, again, it's purposeful. In the long run, this will prove to be purposeful. Now, in the moment, again, you or whoever is affected here, my gosh, I guess it's sleeting now. I guess it's not snow. It's sleet, it sounds like. Anyway, you or whoever is in the center of this, you don't want to hear that, because this Knight of Cups can be a dreaming person, regardless of their sign, regardless of their gender. The Knight of Cups can be overly optimistic or head in the clouds energy, hoping and wishing and praying for the best, possibly doesn't take things too seriously. That's coming from Knight energy. Knights are known to be youngish energy, like teenagers, young adults, where they're still learning in life. They're still, you know, going through trials and tribulations and becoming who they're meant to be. They're not a king or a queen yet. They're not masters yet, but they're working their way up to that. And I feel that someone might be in a very emotional point of their lives, or they're very emotional in this particular situation, and that emotion can cloud their judgment. It could affect their behavior. It can definitely affect how they react and respond in the situation. And it's a knight versus two major arcanas. So we have someone who possibly is shaking their fist at the universe, shaking their fist at God, or just shaking their fist at the powers that be. Damn you, Judge Baxter. Damn you, whoever is basically passing judgment on this person and what they're choosing to do or what they haven't done and all that kind of stuff. So this is being really mad at your landlord if they put an eviction notice on your door. And then that could turn into being mad at your boss, or being mad at the government, or being mad at whoever because of everything that's going on within 2020. And the reasons why, possibly, just to be fair, the Knight of Cups can possibly, in several of your cases, be an actual upstanding person. You know, normally is about their business and minds their P's and Q's, and they're a decent citizen, they're a decent member of the household, they're a decent member of the community. But because of circumstances, all their goodness doesn't give them a pass, basically, right? So someone is possibly angry and saying, I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? And when you're in that headspace and you're not grounded and you're not level about it and you're not aligned and everything like that, which again, I'm not coming from a place where I've never walked that walk. I've walked that walk. It fucking sucks. So when you're in that space, everything and everyone is to blame. And it's not a matter of blame. That's one of the things that I struggled and continue to struggle with sometimes, is that it's not about blame. But someone's in that headspace. So because of COVID, I can't do this. Because of my boss, this is what happened. Because of the government, I can't go here. I can't do this. I can't have this, blah, 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 blah. And it's just shaking the fist and being angry at the circumstances and external factors and wanting to place blame in order to alleviate whatever is bothersome here, whatever needs to be taken and worked on from an inward space or an internal space. Now, it's not to say you go meditate and write in your journal and suddenly you're not going to be evicted. No, you do still have to deal with reality. But again, it's not about blame. And I don't know, I can't contextualize that because I don't know the specifics of your situation, right? But for me, that's something that I try to work through very quickly when I find myself in a situation where I'm just like, you know what, this is upsetting me. I really am not pleased with how this is falling out or working out in my life. And I try to, again, move away from blame. I think that's important for you or somebody in this situation. Also, this Knight of Cups. For some, I did say it is a decent person, but before we move on, I want to point this out. For others, this is someone who is an escapist, because I did say that in the beginning when I first got into this card. This Knight of Cups, the energy of the Knight of Cups in general, is a dreamer, is somebody who can get wrapped up in fantasies and not really want to deal with reality. And I'm getting that 2 times over because it looks like he's in like a far away, the silhouette of this person, male or female, doesn't matter, is sort of like in a far away place, like on vacation or something. And, you know, with the wine glass there, the goblet there, might be indulging in some type of drugs and alcohol or something like that in order to escape reality. Because again, the Knight of Cups is very romantic in that way. It's like the best of life, wants the best of life, wants to enjoy themselves on an emotional level. And I gotta tell you, it's not true for all of you or all of the people that you're dealing with, but some people, when faced with practical, real issues, lost your job, facing eviction, possible other struggles, and I did say there's more than one person here. So for some of you, difficulties in your relationships, you know, family, friends, lovers, otherwise, okay? Some people then go further off the edge. So I'm in debt, I'm going to spend more money. I'm facing eviction, I'm going to travel around the world. I don't have a job, I'm not going to apply for unemployment. I'm not going to go find another job. I'm just going to sit on the couch all day and watch Netflix. So someone possibly could be indulging and really soothing themselves through bad behavior or escapist behavior, I should say. Not even necessarily bad behavior, just like they want to feel better in the moment, and so that's what they're going to do. They're going to focus on that, okay? What else is going on here for Capricorn? One second, I need a drink of water. My throat is dry suddenly. Okay, what else is happening here for Capricorn? Please show me. Further details in this situation for Capricorn, please show me. The Devil. What did I say? What did I say? So the Devil, and I think this one came second. Judgment, and this is kind of like that, so we're going to take it that way. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, absolutely. So for some of you, this is definitely family shakeups, job shakeups. Somebody's material world is really getting rerouted, getting refurbished is the word they want me to use. Interesting. Rerouted, refurbished. In some cases, I think I used this word earlier, decimated. That's all possible. And it's going to be varying degrees for all of you. But anyway, let's get into this. Devil, that's your card, Major Arcana for Capricorn. So this, I'm not saying you are the devil, but your energy is present here. Whether or not it belongs to you solely is a different matter. Judgment, secondary major for... Don't blink. For God's sakes, don't blink. Scorpio. Thank you. Scorpio. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, you may or may not be. It's kind of a... If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't, that's okay too. And then the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So I feel as though possibly, again, what I was just saying, the indulgence, instead of possibly facing the music or facing reality or persevering through adversity and obstacles, someone might be sort of selling themselves short and trying to cut corners and trying to, or they might be leaning on not so great behaviors and actions as a coping mechanism. Or the situation that is being decimated, that is being, leveled with the tower energy, carried with it this devil energy. Again, don't take it personally. It's not about you, Capricorn. It's just about the energy of this card. And the devil energy is restriction, it's constriction, it's limiting, and it's about control and power dynamics. It's also about temptation. It's also about addictions, obsessions, and compulsions and things like that. And so somewhere in here, that unhealthy attachment and that unhealthy effect was prevalent. So I just read this. Well, it's not like it's a big thing. It was a meme. Or it was a snapshot of somebody on Twitter, which basically said, I don't get how people taking photos of themselves, like nude photos of themselves, and putting it online is destroying their body or selling their body or something like that. I think it was destroying their body, right? But working for a company where you injure your body, you hurt your back, and you can't get workman's compensation isn't destroying your body. Basically saying there is a toxicity in work culture, especially in many Western societies and things like that, where working hard to the brink where you injure your body and you incur all these damages to your physical body, and your health is attacked, or like your health is just poor, right? There's something noble about that, because you work hard and therefore you destroy your body. That means you did a good job, versus you sell your body in some type of way, or you take, nudes of yourself and you've got an OnlyFans or whatever the hell you're doing, and suddenly that's the job where it's, oh, that's disgusting. How could you? Or who would want to live like that? Now, why am I drawing this an example? That is a trick, or a misconception. Maybe not a misconception. How can I say it? It's a way in which we, as a society, as a world, beyond a society, as a world, has been conditioned to think. Working hard, breaking your back, sometimes literally, for the sake of someone else, because I think it was in the Twitter thing, it said for the sake of investors and managers and all this other kind of stuff. You're going to hurt your body, and other people reap that benefit more directly than the person who is snapping photos of themselves and putting it out there in a sexual way. That person is more than likely, especially nowadays, is paid a little bit more directly, and their destruction of their body is a different type. Like, if you literally work a physical job, a laborious job, and you hurt yourself, you can't work anymore. A person who wants to snap a bunch of nudes of themselves, drape their body across the bed in some type of seductive manner, I don't see how you can injure yourself by doing that. If that's how you make your money, you're probably going to be employed for a long time, or you're not really going to risk hurting yourself. But there's a illusion here that we think if we suffer for our work, it's somehow nobler, it's somehow better. That's possibly what's going on in your work situation or relationship situations, okay? So if you are dealing with a toxic workplace, if you're dealing with a job that works you to the bone, and that has also been coming up here, and that could be why this tower moment is happening. Your boss or your employer might be getting shut down because they've been putting employees at risk. Now that hurts you directly because you're not having an income, right? You can't go to the office, you can't go to the warehouse, you can't go to the factory because literally the government said, you know what, you're not providing your workers with PPE, you're not socially distancing, you don't have this going on, and the statistics are showing a high percentage of your workforce is testing positive for this virus. Shut it down. Now on a personal level, again, that fucking sucks. But that is a comeuppance to this devil energy, which says you work no matter what, you risk your health, you risk your safety for the sake of this, for the sake of this structure, for the sake of this. I hope you get what I'm saying. And you can apply that to a personal relationship too. If you are suffering, or if you are somehow in a contentious relationship with a person, and they are your relative, they're your husband, your wife, or whoever, they're your children, whatever, there's this sense of obligation. That obligation allows toxicity to exist, and that is a problem. That has been going on thematically. I don't know if you've been noticing throughout 2020, but it's really coming to a head here at the end because, oh God, you're like the 8th or 9th sign I'm doing in the mid-series, and a lot of signs are getting this energy of enough is enough, okay? Now, in your case, Capricorn, it feels shitty because guess what also happens with with the devil energy? It's comfortable. The devil you know that phrase, the devil you know? What does that imply? The devil you know is worse, or is better than any other option. Well, because I've been living in this marriage for 25 years, this is cool. No, it's not. If it's toxic, if it's abusive, if it's constricting, if it's dangerous to your health and your wellness, fuck that. Sorry, but fuck it. So anyway, I hope you get what I'm saying. The devil you know is not the way. And I don't know why I have to be so harsh with you. I feel I'm being a little bit harsh, but hopefully I feel you can take it, Capricorn. Please don't get mad. Don't shoot the messenger, so to speak, okay? Now, devil, judgment. So judgment is, what are we doing here? Let's analyze the situation. What exactly is going on here? What exactly should we do moving forward? And it also can be a reckoning. It's related a little bit to this the justice energy, and definitely related to the Knight of Cups there. So this is a reckoning. So this is you or someone else coming to the realization of, you know what? This sucks. This is not exactly how I wish things had gone down. However, this might be my chance, my opportunity, my pathway to some sense of freedom, some sense of or healing and wellness, some sense of a redo or restarting in life, right? So even if, okay, I'm going to give you an example, which is, I'm not necessarily saying this is exactly what should be done or that it's the classiest thing to do, but let's say it's this. Like I said before, the Tower card could be like an eviction thing, and instead of paying rent, somebody just abandons the property and they move away. They go somewhere else. Knight of Cups. Like I said, the Knight of Cups is giving me this vibe of like somebody who has traveled. And knights do move. They represent some type of movement, usually. So this person could have left their apartment, left their house, knowing it was going to get foreclosed on. And they basically shucked their responsibilities. And they've started over somewhere else. If that's the way they chose to do it, again, go back to what I said in the beginning. That's the path. That's what they're meant to do. In the moment, it seems like a jackass thing to do. In the moment, it seems like a really irresponsible thing to do. Especially if you, in some cases, left people behind. What a messed up thing to do in this moment. But for the individual, it's freeing. It's a reset. It's a chance to do something better or more and kind of, I don't know. It's sort of like gosh, it's not the best example, but it's sort of like when you're flying and there's like a real strong moment of turbulence, and it's scary and it's uncomfortable. Some people have panic attacks and some people get all kind of messed up on flights like that, but you're still flying to your destination. You're still going to land safely, hopefully, I've been on some flights. I'm like, damn, is this it? Is this the end? I was really shook. I was really scared, but obviously I'm here. But that was sort of a quote unquote necessary, or if not necessary, unavoidable, because that's really what the Tower is all about. Unavoidable, inevitable, right? That was an unavoidable moment during my flight. Sitting there, swaying all over the place, the little masks dropping down in front of us, like, oh shit. But I'm here. I made the flight. Okay? So I hope you get what I mean. So that's what this judgment, I think, is about. It's like realizing that possibly certain things needed to be sacrificed in order for something to come out of it down the road. Okay? Now, in the meantime, for many of you, you're still, again, in this very present moment of having this happen to you recently, or it's still upcoming. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, this is about family, or at least where you had your foundations. Again, some of you, this is like job. So for some of you, it's not an eviction by a landlord. It could be an eviction from a family member. Like, okay, you got to get out now. You've overstayed your welcome here. You've caused problems here, or there's just too much going on in the house and we got to do something here. So please leave. It could be something like that, like being asked to leave a house or being forcefully kicked out based on whatever factors. Yes. This Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, I think for some, since this is a knight, again, knights can be younger energy, so teenagers, young adults, you know, usually somebody who's under 30-ish, okay? But it doesn't have to be. There could be a knight and they're like 64 years old. It doesn't matter. But this is possibly a push out of the nest, or a go do it on your own, stand on your own 2 feet, even if it's harsh, or it's received and perceived as a harsh action. My family kicked me out. My mom, my dad, they told me to leave, you know, my whoever. And that hurts. And then there's a disconnect with the generational history of the family, or at least, if not the people, the access to resources, the access to foundation, yeah? So I feel like somebody is going to be essentially, and that comes back to the Judgment card, reborn in some form or fashion, in some sense of that word. And the way in, well, they do say that. Okay, so reborn is a word that plays on the word born, right? Being born is difficult. Being born, number one, for the baby, traumatic. For the woman, also devastating. So the act of being reborn possibly could be just as disturbing and just as upsetting and just as volatile, okay? And don't take this personally, Capricorn. Like I told you a few moments ago, this has been going on thematically for the collective for a while now. All right. So I don't want you to feel like the tarot is picking on you. No. This is no. All right. So let's get a card of advice, and then we're gonna wrap your reading up. Okay. Ooh. One card of advice for Capricorn here, please. Thank you. All right. King of Cups. Very good. That is maturation. Maturation. Growing up. What did I just say? Pushing out the nest. You're out of the nest. Eventually, we get to this King of Cups energy. This is one of the masters of the Cups suit. In my estimation, when I do tarot, Queen and Kings are Cups. Queens and Kings are masters of their suit, and here's one of them now. Now, if it's you, great. If it's someone you're dealing with, great as well. Whoever it is, there's this eventual ownership of self, mastery of the emotions, no longer giving into temptation, no longer giving into impulses, getting over that indulgent energy. Because also look at that. Just for the illustration of it. The Knight of Cups, his lips are almost on that cup. King of Cups, holding the cup by his side, not really needing to drink it right now. So there's this possible learning of patience, or learning how to ration something, ration resources perhaps. Again, just like not indulging or overindulging, and being weighed and measured in how you show up, how you behave, how you react. That is, I think, why all of this had to happen. This is going to make someone in the situation, or a couple of people in the situation, more mature, have better ownership and control over their emotions. That's the other thing. This King of Cups, I feel, would be a good contender against this Devil energy, especially if the King of Cups gained some type of awareness, which is possible because, again, of this sense of being reborn. Capricorn, wow, interesting. That's your reading. If you like this, please hit the like button. If it resonated with you at all, please leave a comment down below. I love reading your comments. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, friends, please consider subscribing. Doing any and all of that stuff helps me as a reader here on YouTube, helps the channel circulate, and it definitely shows me you guys enjoy what I'm doing. So I would appreciate any and all of that stuff, okay? Capricorn, again, I'll be back soon to do your January readings. Before that, I'm going to do your birthday readings, so be on the lookout for that. Again, on January the 9th, 7 p.m. here on the channel, I will be live for you to do your readings for your birthday season. If you want to get at me for a personal reading, that information is in the description box down below. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.